see your high school sports game of the week
live on your high school sports Facebook. Brought to you by these fine sponsors.
They may lack experience, and one of the things their coach talked about was he's having to coach the silly out of them. Mm-hmm. They're young, but they are gifted. I'm really interested tonight to see how much playing time the freshman Madden Guffey gets. On film, he's exceptional.
Well, that's true, but as you know, freshmen, it's always tough when you're a freshman, right? And Seymour's problem, at least, has been offensive line, protecting the quarterback when they try to throw the football. Of course, they'll move him around to give him a little room. So that's our analysis as we get into this first game of the season. We're in a little bit of a delay right now due to a storm that's rather close to us, but we're hoping that it'll be moving off and we'll be playing some football pretty quickly. So we'll be right back on your high school sports tonight in the opening game of the 2022 football season at Seymour High School. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Okay, welcome back to Seymour High School. We're about ready to get started here. As you said in our open, always an exciting time. You know, it's kind of like first game of the season. Everybody thinks they're going to have a good season. The fans are excited. The broadcasters are excited. Everybody is. What do you think? I mean, depending upon which team gets the ball first or whoever gets it first, you think they're going to try to attack for a big play, or do you think they're going to just try to move the ball down the field?
You know, if you're Seymour, because they're so young, Ralph, I would anticipate probably their first 10 to 12 plays scripted. They're at home, which is an advantage. Right. It is an advantage. But as Coach Branton said, they're going to have to ride the wave of emotion through this through these first few minutes of this game.
Right, no question about it. And we've heard more thunder than we have all night.
Okay, back to the locker room.
Oh no! Now they're going to send both teams.
New lightning delay.
All right, so we're in another lightning delay here. The teams look like they're excited to play. Gatlinburg-Pittman's at the middle of the field, but they're going to have to go back to the locker room. So that's going to do it for this little segment. We're going to go to some interviews that Roddy held with Coach Branton at Three Ridges High School at the Media Day, and then we'll be back with you as soon as we get a new start time.
Now we are with Scott Branton. Scott is the head coach of the Seymour Eagles, and we actually got a surprise for you. We kick off with you guys on your high school sports game of the week week 1 against GP. You told me that was a great game last year. You hope it's a good one this year. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you go back and look at last year's game. That's a great high school football game. It was back and forth. It was hard-nosed. If you talk to a lot of people in the Seymour community or the GP community, that used to be the rivalry in Sevier County. So it was nice to kind of rekindle that, and for it to be the kind of game it was last year was just it was a great experience for our kids, and just it was really cool to be a part of.
Coach, you told me that you're young. How young are you?
Well, we graduated 23 seniors last year, and we've got about 80 kids on the roster right now, and only about 10 of those are seniors. We returned 2 starters on offense and 3 on defense. So there's still a lot to be determined through the next couple of weeks of summer camp and into fall, and we'll kind of see where things fall into place.
How was your spring practice?
Spring practice is fantastic. We after last year's season, I think there's an excitement about Seymour football again. We had 10 or 12 kids come out that hadn't played football in a while or who've never played. That carried throughout the spring, and in the summer we just had our youth camp, and we had 110 kids show up. Last season brought an excitement back about Seymour football, and I couldn't be more pleased to be a part of it. It's been great.
Let's talk about some key players that you're looking to leadership for this young team this year.
Sure. Brought one of them with us today, Braylon Oliver. Braylon's played a lot of football for us since his freshman year. He's played some tight end. He's going to play a little H-back this year. He's played defensive end. It was off to a fantastic start last year, and was becoming a huge problem for offensive lines to protect against. And kind of the injury bug got him a little bit, but I think he's back to 100%, and we're really looking to him to lead the defense and just become a team leader.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you stopping by our booth here at KFOA Media Days, and we'll see you on August 19th for the kickoff of your high school sports game of the week.
To run sideline to sideline.
Ralph, this was sort of the concern that you had if you were Seymour, and that was how well do you match up the Gatlinburg-Pittman skill players.
Right, exactly. And obviously they're going to put Josh Nevins on the trip side, as we can tell. That's a good play right there. It's going to be a first down. Another great move down the sidelines. He's going to score probably. And that's going to be a touchdown for Gatlinburg-Pittman. 58 yards on the touchdown pass.
Ralph, that was a lot of him.
Brady Hammonds with a little short pass on an out, good blocking down the field, and as you said, all receiver, 2 great moves to get himself in the end zone. So Gatlinburg-Pittman strikes first, and they strike early with about a minute 28 off the clock. They'll line up for the extra point.
I believe this is the kicker, Gessling, I had told you about. Very solid kicker.
And it's good. So, with 10:32 left in the first quarter, Gatlinburg-Pittman 7, Seymour nothing. We'll be back after this break on Your High School Sports.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of
All right, we're back. Gatlinburg-Pittman kicking off to Seymour. A little bit of a bobble there on the 2-yard line. It almost looks like he signaled a fair catch, but he brought that hand down quick enough where the referee didn't charge him with it. Fumbled it in the end zone, picked it out, made a nice little run out, and that's going to bring the ball out to about the 23-yard line where Seymour will get started. Whit Whaley, as you mentioned, on the reception for Gatlinburg-Pittman, 3 great moves to get himself in the end zone. And as we talked about, 2 bubble screens to open the game, and then a little kind of out pattern in the flat to get the defense off.
Your corners can't play that soft. They're going to have to bring it in. You're going to have to do a little bump to get them off their routes.
I agree with that, 100%.
Good thing there for Zion Rocket right there. He made a mistake and then made an adjustment to get a little bit out of nothing at all.
Right. So they moved it back to the 20-yard line, it looks like. I think they called it a touchback. Yeah. So it was called a touchback after he fumbled the ball from the field of play into the end zone. And I think the reason for that was he did signal a fair catch, fumbled the ball, so therefore they gave him the touchback.
Yep. That may have been generous, by the way.
It may have been very generous, yes.
Was in the end zone. Touchback by rule. That's a live ball. The clock has been adjusted to 11 minutes.
Yeah, I really believe that was a live ball, Ralph, and that was a potentially dangerous play. He was athletic enough to turn that play around.
And why the clock was adjusted to 11 minutes, I don't know, because it was 10:32 after the touchdown. So Seymour tries to get outside. They do. We got penalty flags all over the place.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, we're going to have some sort of a clip or a hold.
That was Kai Thompson on the carry.
Probably a hold.
Flags on the play.
Yep. So that's going to be holding against Seymour. That's going to move him back even further, so that negates a very nice play. And, you know, we talked about this in the open. We can't have penalties like that early in the game.
Not for a young, inexperienced.
No.
And that was really a silly mistake because the running back was past him. I believe the player was Kyle Thompson, who's a junior, should know better.
Right.
But just the block in the back, you can't do it.
No. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 20 now from their own 10. Dangerous territory for Seymour. They'll come out and one back to the left. Going to try to run it again, and they're not going to get much.
And that's Kai Thompson.
Kai Thompson running up the middle, gains about 2. That's going to bring up a 2nd 18.
Gain of 3.
And again, I think you're. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's early in the game, Ralph, but you can see Gatlinburg-Pittman trying to establish a line of scrimmage.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, and they did on that play.
Yes.
2nd and 18 from their own 12. It's going to be intercepted.
That's going to be picked.
Pass is intercepted.
You know, and what you have there, Ron, either a miscommunication. It's either a wrong route or a bad throw. One or two.
That very much looked like a wrong route.
Yes, it did.
I don't. If you're the receiver in that case, he just gave up on the route.
He did. Yeah.
7-yard line. Where's going to be first?
And these are little mistakes, Ralph. This is exactly what Coach Branton talked about. We can't have.
No.
Give them time to get their wings underneath them. They're an immature team.
Right. So that's going to put Gatlinburg-Pittman at the Seymour 27. Let's see if they go for the end zone on one play or if they try to just matriculate the ball down the field. 3 receivers again to the left. They've opened in that formation every time, but they'll bring a guy in motion this time. And they're going to run it right off that motion.
Good run.
And they're going to pick up significant yardage.
That's your tailback of V, I believe.
Yeah. Looks like hard to see the numbers. Gatlinburg-Pittman's numbers are kind of orange or light yellow, and it's very hard to see them.
You know, Ralph, one thing I find interesting early in this game is Carlos Orr lining up in the slot. Mm-hmm. We didn't expect to see that. I almost feel like they're setting something up.
Yeah, they probably are. That's usually what a good coach will do, kind of see how the defense reacts to certain formations, and then come back and run the play after that. So again, we got trip formation. 2nd down at about 2. We're going to run motion again, probably run the same play, and yes, they are, right to the same side. Big hole, and they're going to get down to about the 3. So again, same play. They're running right behind the motion. And Ron, that's where your linebacker has to see that. Your linebacker has to see that, and he has to attack that hole.
Ralph, I'm getting the impression right now, and this may very well be an issue of discipline with Sycamore. They're getting sucked too far inside.
Yeah.
Zion Rocket there on the tackle.
So that's going to give Gatlinburg-Pittman a 1st and goal from the 4. I would almost expect to see motion again and then maybe a pass off that motion. Let's see. Yep, there's the motion.
Watch your fade to Orr.
Now they're going to just run it again, and he's going to score. That's going to be a...
Is there a fumble? Oh, this penalty is going to be huge.
A fumble as well, recovered by the Highlanders.
I would think it's got to be a hold, Ron, from where I saw that flag go down. Yep.
Holding against the Highlanders.
So that's usually what you get when you see the flag come in the middle.
Yard line, it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Moves it back to the 15, where it'll be 1st down, goal to go, 15.
All right, so we got 1st and goal from the 15. Trips formation again.
There is a flag on the field.
That's going to be a false start. So we talked about some of these penalties, and now Gatlinburg-Pittman's starting to commit some of these penalties.
Yeah, and you know, boy, if you're Coach Wagner, you got to be sort of stomping your foot a little bit because you've got all the momentum right now. Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Right, exactly. So now we got a 1st and goal from the 23. Excuse me, from the 21. The same play they scored on the last time. This time it comes right out of his hands. Meant for Whit Whaley. Goes incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd down. You know, it's a situation where, Ron, on a night like tonight, you really got to look that ball in because the ball's still going to be a little wet.
Yep. You know, Ralph, you've got Lopez and Cuba Pack Jr. on the same side here, and they're on the right side. I look for something. Allow your 2 best offensive linemen to establish and help establish the run right here.
Right.
Was that Orr right there?
Yeah.
Complete to number 7.
No, that's Whit Whaley again. So Whit Whaley on the completion, he gets most of that yardage back. That's going to put the ball down around, looks like about the, let's see where he spots it. Looks like about the 7 or the 8 yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal.
8 yard line.
I think you're in 4 down territory here too.
I think you are too. Now, I will just mention they do have a really solid kicker in Carlton Gessling.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think showing that they look like they're controlling the game, I don't think you want to take 3 here. Again, trips formation. Going to bring a man in motion. That's Whaley again in motion. Looks like they're going to run off tackle. No, they're going to roll. Oh. And he's going to run it himself. Oh, and he slips down. So he's going to slip down at about the 6. That's going to bring up a 4th and goal. I don't know, Ron. I'd run the ball right up and run it.
4th and goal at the 6.
I mean, you're having success with the controlling the offensive line. I don't think I'd do much rolling out. I'd run it right at them.
They're going to talk about it. And you know, Ralph, we talked about field conditions. Now, right now on 2 different occasions, Seymour has been saved by field conditions. I think he scores right there. I think Hammonds pretty much walks into the end zone if he doesn't fall.
I agree. So he's going to go for it. We got a wing formation. Going to bring motion.
And official timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout.
He's going to kick it now.
Yeah.
Their first charge timeout.
So I think that was a situation, Ron, where you go out there, you set up in your formation, you see what the defense does. If it's not to your liking, you call the timeout and you kick the field goal. So let's take a break with them right now as we got a timeout on the field. 6:27 left, first quarter, 7-0. Gatlinburg-Pittman with the lead. They'll have a 4th and goal from the 6. We'll be right back.
Ralph, I do have.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Gatlinburg-Pittman has decided to try a field goal. They do have a good kicker.
And there is flags. And finger pointing on both sides. Let's see what the flag is.
So we've got an illegal motion or an offsides. Let's see what it is. Looks like they're going to move back.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure against the Highlanders. Move it back 5 yards. It'll still be 4th down.
Ralph, you're looking at a 39-yard field goal.
Yeah.
You're asking quite a bit in the first game of the season right here.
I don't even drive 39 yards.
Yeah, he had been rated by Coles Kickings, which is one of the major kicking serves as far as recruiting kickers in the majors, a 4-star kicker. So the kid's got a leg. Soccer player during the springtime.
Now it's become a 28-yard field goal. They moved the ball up a little bit, so let's see. It's up, and it looks good, and it is good. So,
The kick is good.
with 6:21 left,
So 6:21 to go in the
10-0 Gatlinburg-Pittman.
GP.
Let's keep it right here for right now. We're going to keep it right here for right now. So let's talk a little bit about what we've seen here, Ron. We got about half the first quarter gone. We had Gatlinburg-Pittman with a lot of momentum. They gave up some of that momentum with some penalties, but they're still up 10-0.
Yep.
It's really imperative now for Seymour to move the football. They've got to get a couple first downs at minimum.
You cannot go 3 and out here. You just simply cannot.
And you definitely can't have a turnover.
No. You know, you gather them together. You basically say, hey, guys, it's 10-0. We can overcome. Be confident, have some swagger, but we've got to stop making the little mistakes.
Well, you know, Ron, I mean, it's easy for me to say this from up here, but Gatlinburg-Pittman looks physically more impressive than Seymour.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take Seymour some time to build up some of that size. I mean, they're playing 3 down linemen on defense, and, you know, it's almost impossible for them to stop the run because your linebackers are not good enough to step in there and make the play.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, we talked about this in the open, philosophy. What do? You have to adapt your philosophy to the players that you have, I think, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You know, they lost a lot from this year to last year. They simply did.
They did. All right, there's the kick. It's a little pooch kick. And it looks like it's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to be a penalty.
By rule,
Ball will go to the 35.
35-yard line. Going to be 1st down, 10 to go Eagles.
So again, a poor decision by Gatlinburg-Pittman because you just gave Seymour some really good field position.
And that's hard to understand because I've watched video on this kid, and he can easily boom 65 yards on the kickoff. Why don't you just kick it in the end zone, Ralph?
I agree with you. You basically have just given Seymour at least 1 first down, maybe 2. So let's see if they can do something with it. We got a 1st down. It's going to be another Clabough's Campground 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. And Seymour in desperate need of making something happen.
Here comes the freshman, Ralph. Madden Guffey.
Madden Guffey, freshman quarterback number 3, big arm.
Kai Thompson on the carry. Tackle by number 55, Luciano Lopez.
You know, how big would it be for Seymour if this freshman can establish himself and you'll have him for 4 years?
He makes believers out of everybody. You know, when you I went on this week in social media, and the kid's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah, that's what you want. He's going to throw his first pass.
Right there in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Guffey on the carry.
That's a little bit of a situation where when you're young like that,
It'll be 3rd down.
you think the window's not quite big enough to fit. Yeah. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
You know, though, Ralph, the window was open.
Oh, there's no question. You got to let it go.
Yep.
3rd and 8. Guffey's still a quarterback, the freshman. He's got one back to his right. He's going to throw it again. Nice pass, but dropped.
Pass intended for number 2, Josh Nevins, incomplete.
That was a nice throw.
That was a great throw.
All right, so Seymour goes 3 and out. The only advantage on that was that the ball is going to be about the 37-yard line, which with a decent punt should help them out quite a bit here. Back for Carlos Orr is back for Gatlinburg-Pittman.
To him.
I don't know. .5:12 left, first quarter. Gatlinburg-Pittman up 10-0. Seymour ready to punt. Nevins to punt or to receive. And they're going to kick it out of bounds.
Oh, goodness.
Ball goes out of bounds.
You know, we did a lot of, I think we did 2 Seymour games last year against Greenville and Elizabethton, and they struggled in the punt game last year. And they just can't seem to kick the football.
What was the net gain of that, about 22 yards? If that?
If that. I think they're going to put the ball at the, let's see where they put it. Looks like it's going to be the 50. So basically, you gained 18 yards.
Walks running. They should be controlling it, shouldn't they? I mean, the guy right here behind the judge will be controlling it. Still have a button.
So let's see what Gatlinburg-Pittman can do here. They're going to set up in that wing formation. Whitley at the wing. And they're just going to run it right behind him. That's a pretty nice run right there.
There's a flag down, Ralph.
Alden Jeanette.
There's a flag on the play.
Like number 10, Alden Jeanette. I'm not sure. They list him as the kicker, but hard to read those numbers, as I said.
The Highlanders. Be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Moves it back to the 42-yard line, where it'll be first down 18.
And Coach Wagner's got to be beside himself right now. I mean, you've got everything going in your favor, and you know you're pretty much dominating this defensive line. You don't need to hold them.
No, Gatlinburg-Pittman's making it look easy right now.
And their running backs are so good and elusive that there's no reason to hold a player. Yeah. So that's going to bring up a, let's call it a Clabough's Campground 1st and 10 from the Gatlinburg-Pittman 42. They're going to roll it out and throw a little pass. They're going to complete it to the 50. They'll get back to the original yard of scrimmage.
Number 7, Whit Whaley.
I think we're starting to see that Whit Whaley is kind of the workhorse right now.
Yeah, and Coach Branton talked about him a lot. Was very complimentary. Knew that they were going to have to put a hat on him, and so far they're giving him space. They're going to have to make an adjustment.
Well, you know, it's hard for a young team that doesn't have a lot of size. You know, you start coming up and playing tight, and one guy gets behind you, and you got it. So I think he's choosing his poison right here, and that poison is let him pick up yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the original line of scrimmage. Seymour's gone to a 4-down lineman set. They're going to roll out. Looks like they're going to go down the field. It's going to be incomplete.
Pass. Incomplete.
Looks like it was intended for, can't tell from the number.
Carlos Orr?
Didn't. They did it for Whaley.
Whaley. Gosh, Whaley is their offensive player.
Actually, that doesn't look like Whaley. It looks like Carlos Orr. You're right.
Okay.
It was Carlos Orr. Nice route. He was open. It was a little bit high.
He had 2 steps on the defender there, Ralph.
Pass was a little high. So we got a 3rd and 10 now. Gatlinburg-Pittman trying to regain the momentum. Seymour is going to look like a deep safety. We're going to put Orr in motion from the right, Whaley in motion. They're going to throw it deep. He's wide, not wide open, but he's open, and it's incomplete.
Great defensive play right there by Blake.
Yeah, great play.
Blake Johnson defending on the play. It'll be 4th down.
Blake Johnson with tremendous coverage. Stayed with Whaley.
That's intended for Orr.
Orr. And made a nice play.
Yeah, Orr had him beat by a step at least.
He did.
Got that hand in the very last second. That's very good technique, Ralph.
Well, you know, what they teach defensive backs is you run with the receiver and look at his eyes. When his eyes start to get big, you turn around and look for the ball.
Now comes to Josh Nevins deep for Seymour.
Nice punt. And they're going to fair catch it. Yeah. So that was a pretty nice punt there by Alden Jeanette.
Fair catch at the
And Seymour will take over
19
at about their own 19.
10 to go, Eagles.
So we got a Clabough's Campground 1st and 10. Remember, Clabough's Campground, the #1 campground site in the Great Smoky Mountains. I want to thank Buddy's Barbecue again for the wonderful dinner they supplied us. Buddy's Barbecue, best barbecue in Tennessee. Not good. We talked about that in the open too. You have to protect your quarterback. If you're going to drop him straight back, you got to protect him.
I believe that's Cabough Pack. He is a leader on this line. A quiet leader, but a leader nonetheless. I'm sorry, Luke Burkett, Ralph.
That's all right.
Second down.
For those of you at home who obviously can see the numbers a little better than we can on your TV screen, I would hope, it's very hard to see the Gatlinburg-Pittman numbers tonight. So that's going to bring up a second down and a mile. They're going to roll the freshman out. He's going to toss a little pass. It's going to be incomplete.
Pass was incomplete. Intended for Carson Dines.
Now the problem here for Seymour, Ron, is you're going to have to get away from the shadow of your goal line because the way the punting game is going, it just doesn't look like they're going to be in a good shape on that.
No, and you know the last thing you want to do, Ralph, if you have an immature team that you're trying to mature on the fly, is put them in bad field position.
Exactly. So we got a 3rd and 21. Let's see if Seymour decides to maybe try to pick up 5 or 6 yards or 7 yards to give their punter an extra chance, or if they try to throw it. Freshman still at quarterback. He's going to throw. Nice play by Whit Whaley there. He was on the intended receiver, and then he saw that the quarterback was going to go to another receiver, and he left him and came over. So great play by Whaley.
How many times have we called his name already?
Oh, I mean, every time. I mean, he's been the workhorse. All right, so Seymour in a position now where they're going to have to punt out of their own end zone. Nevins is back to punt. If he ever needed a good punt, it's going to be right now.
Ralph, the far side of the field is open, as you well see. If you're going to angle a punt, you've got to angle to that far side.
I agree. All right, nice kick. Very well done.
Yep.
All right, very well done. Great kick.
Nevin's punt is marked dead at the 45-yard line. That'll be first down.
So that buys Seymour a little bit of field position there.
Highlanders at the Eagle 45.
And we'll have another Clabough's Campground 1st and 10 from the Seymour 46, where Gatlinburg-Pittman will take over with 1:46 remaining in the first quarter and leading 10-0.
You know, Ralph, I've been a little bit surprised with Luciano Lopez and Cabough Pack that they've not run to the right side more than what they have.
Yeah.
That's their two leaders. That's their beef right there.
Yeah, and almost like we talked about again, I would run the ball consistently. Yep. You're not getting much pass rush now. You'll get even less if you can run the ball.
Show me you can stop it, and then we'll do something else.
And this looks like a running formation to me, and there it is. Right up the middle with a lead blocker.
On the carry.
And I think there, Ron, that's a situation. You mentioned a little bit of this. You don't make that cut. You got to run right up the gut.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Make your cut a little bit farther down the field.
You know, we've seen their linebackers already pulled in. You run north to south, you're going to be in their secondary within about 4 to 5 yards.
No question. But still a decent pickup, 4 yards. It's 2nd and 6, very manageable. Back to their regular spread offense now. And that's going to be an illegal procedure, which they didn't see. Oh, nice play. Nice play.
22, number Ty Thompson. Yes, sir.
Whaley. Ty Thompson on the tackle. Gain of 1.
Kudos to Kai Thompson.
And Ralph, that's just instinct.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't make that play, and it could be a touchdown. So huge play by Kai Thompson. That's going to drop the ball back to the 40. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for Gatlinburg-Pittman. This, depending upon whether or not this is an incompletion, this could be the last play of the first quarter, as the clock now is under 40 seconds.
Ralph, I've seen a little bit of a limp in Whit Whaley. Boy, you don't want to see that.
No, well, he's been used quite a bit tonight.
Got a flag.
All right.
No flag? Yes, flag.
There's a flag on the field.
So we had a touchdown pass, but we have a flag. It's going to be holding against
the Highlanders.
Ralph, you've talked about it already. You Coach Wagner, you're about to blow a gasket.
Penalty from the spot of the foul.
I don't understand. I mean, I know the natural instinct is when you're getting beat to hold, but you're rolling your quarterback out. Chances of him getting sacked are minimal.
Yep. Just not smart.
Right.
And Ralph, I believe that was on I believe that might have been on Luciano Lopez right there, and he's one of your leaders. You just can't have it.
Yeah. I'd throw it deep again. You got nothing to lose. This will be the last play of the half or the first quarter, depending upon whether or not we've got an incompletion.
He's got a field.
So he's going to pick up some significant yardage. That's going to get down to about the 42-yard line.
By number 6 for Seymour, J.D. Shanklin.
That ball went back to the 48.
The ball will be at the 41-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
What do you think, Ralph? You punt here? Or do you send a message to your offense, I think you're better than their defense?
Well, I'll tell you, I think that's the message you send, but the way Seymour's been moving the football, I'd go ahead and go for it. I don't see anything right now that worries me about the Seymour offense if I'm Gatlinburg-Pittman. So it's going to be about a 4th and 7. They're going to put the ball at the 42.
4th and 7.
Good pocket.
Pass is incomplete. The ball will go over on down.
You know, you talked a little bit
at the 42-yard line. There is a flag after
ejecting somebody.
Yeah.
There's a flag after the play.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the quarterback at Gatlinburg-Pittman. But you talked about a little bit of his tendency to hold the football,
yes.
right? And that time, personal foul.
Personal foul. Highlanders. Dead ball. Personal foul. Eagles. All set. It'll be 1st and 10 Seymour since it was dead ball.
Anyway, let's get back to that. That's a situation where he started to run. You got to make a decision. Either you run or you make that throw. A good throw, and he'd had a 1st down.
Well, Ralph, if you notice the other thing that he did, the sideline was open. If he rolls out away from the crowd, he had so many players around his feet.
Right. Is the 42.
Receiver was open, Ralph, as you saw, wide open.
The ball will be 1st down in Seymour.
So this should be the last play of the first quarter with 4.5 seconds left. So we'll go to break after this. Clabough's Campground 1st and 10 here for Seymour. We got our Blake Johnson, the junior, back at quarterback. And they're just going to run it right around right end and pick up a couple yards. Good run. And that's going to end the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, Gatlinburg-Pittman 10, Seymour nothing. Let's go to break. We'll be back on the Your High School Sports Game of the Week.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
For Seymour, they're going to run it up the middle, and they're going to pick up, no. They're going to be short by about 2. Looked like they might have had it, but a good stop.
On the carry.
Ralph, they took Kai Thompson into the 10 over there. I would think he may be in a concussion protocol right now. That's a big loss for them.
It is.
You bring Sergio in right now, and he's more of a bruising back type.
Seymour's going to go for it from their own 49. Big play right here. And they're going to stop.
On the carry. He'll be stopped short of the line again at the 50-yard line.
What's Sergio pass name? Garcia.
Luke Burkett on the stop.
Sergio Garcia. Isn't he a professional golfer?
The ball spotted at the 50-yard line. It'll be first down, Gatlinburg-Pittman.
Sanchez. All right, so Gatlinburg-Pittman's going to take over at midfield.
Ralph, you know it's early, but if you're Seymour, you can't let them score here.
No. Actually, Seymour's been very fortunate because this game easily could be 24-0 right now. And if you're Coach Wagner, you're thinking, hey, this game could easily be 24-0 right now. So, yeah, they've got to...
You're nowhere.
He's going to go to the ground game, run it right up the middle. They're going to pick up about 9, maybe 10 yards.
Carry number 18.
That was a very right there. Ralph, that's been there all night long.
And I may be wrong about this, but I would imagine that you're going to see that for the rest of this drive until they stop it.
Yeah.
2nd and 1 from the 41 opens up a lot of possibilities. You can go deep. But I would imagine that Gatlinburg-Pittman is going to try to control the line of scrimmage until Seymour stops it. Whaley at the wing formation. He's usually the lead blocker in this formation. Let's see if he comes in motion. He does not. They'll just run it right behind him again, pick up the first down and more. Down the sidelines and out of bounds at about the 27.
There on the carry.
So as I said, they're just going to run the ball. Johnson back in the game.
For another game. For a first down for the Highlanders.
Discipline, Ralph. Discipline. Your defensive end gets sucked in. There, can't get sucked in.
No. Kai Thompson back in the game. That's good news for Seymour. Back to his corner spot. But you're right. You cannot. You've got to keep contained. 1st and 10, 28-yard line. 9:53 remaining in the second quarter. Motion again from Witten. They're going to run it right off his rear again, and they're going to pick up some good yardage. That's going to get him down to about the 17. And as I said now, Ron, they're going to start to wear down the Seymour line. Just run it, force him to stop you.
I can't imagine, Ralph. We've been into this game about 16, 17 minutes right now. Time of possession now has got to be 14 minutes to maybe 3.
Got to be.
That's the hard part.
Now, after you run it 4 or 5 times and you play action, that's when you can get a big pass play.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do here.
Carlos Orr has been quiet. You just see it coming.
He's going to run it again right behind Whitley, and he's going to pick up big yardage down to about the 5. So as I said, Ron, now you're starting to see the Coach Wagner. I can almost read his mind. He's thinking, hey, we're not getting anywhere. Let's just pound the ball. Let's get another touchdown on the board, and let's see what happens.
1st and goal.
So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10, which is really and Seymour's going to go. Yeah, that's a good timeout right there for Seymour. We're going to stay here through the timeout. We got 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Very important moment for Seymour right here. They've got to try to some way keep Gatlinburg-Pittman out of the end zone.
You know, both coaches talked about line of scrimmage. Coach Wagner knew what Seymour had lost last year in size and experience. And to your point, Ralph, as tempting as it is, and you know the athlete you got in Carlos Orr, they've not stopped the run.
No. Well, look, you know, I look at football like a Christmas present, right? A Christmas present is wrapped in really nice paper. It's got all kinds of bows on it. Well, that's all this spread junk, right?
Yeah.
But basically, what does it come down to? You just said it. Line of scrimmage. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, you can't win. That's a bottom line, okay? Whether you're pass blocking, whether you're running, you got to control the line of scrimmage.
And that's it, Ralph. Even if you know it's coming, you still got to stop it.
You got to. You got to stop it. And if you can't do that, you're not going to win. And that's the problem tonight. It's been the problem for Seymour, mostly because of the depth that they have.
Seymour just needs a big play, a big stick, something to turn this momentum.
Right. I would imagine Gatlinburg-Pittman is going to run right behind Whitley again here. I'd be shocked if they don't. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
You know, Ralph, what I talked about a minute ago, your two studs, very athletic ball players. Lopez, fastest lineman in the Jamboree just last week. Cuba Pack, experience. They're letting those guys lead right now.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
Convocation of Eagles on the tackle.
I mean, if you're Gatlinburg-Pittman and you can run like this, not only are you going to win, but you shorten the game, you get out here, you get home.
Yep.
I mean, you can throw it all around the field all you want, but we've seen what that's happened so far. So we've got a 2nd and goal now. I would imagine with same formation. Let's see if they run it right behind Whitley again. I'd be shocked if they don't, and they are. And they're going to score. So there you go. There's your touchdown.
Highlanders.
And that's going to make it 16-0 pending the extra point.
Pigeon carries it in for the 3-yard touchdown.
And that's a Sevier County Electric Company touchdown. Sevier County Electric providing the power for homeowners throughout Sevier County.
Ralph, I would imagine you stay, if you're Seymour, you stay with your freshman quarterback here. I don't see the point in really going back to Blake Johnson. You give him the experience because you know down the road you're going to need him.
Well, that's true, but you're exactly right. But you got to remember, it's the first game. You may need Blake Johnson later in the season, too. So you got to really tread that line a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. You certainly don't want to break the man's confidence.
If the freshman quarterback was a junior, I would think a little differently. But chances are you're going to need him down the line. You got to be a little careful. But you're right. I mean, he's got the arm. You're going to need to throw the ball to get back in this game. Because Gatlinburg-Pittman is not going to let you run. All right, let's take a quick break here as we got a scoring break. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with 8:16 left in the second quarter.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Tune in to the Alewife Pottery Channel 196. Watch local craftsmen and learn of the rich Smoky Mountain heritage and history. Meet Robert Alewife and his family as they take you on their journey of their successful pottery business in the Gatlinburg's arts and crafts community. Established by Robert Alewife more than 30 years ago, this business has grown up with the Alewife family. Alewife Pottery is renowned nationwide, not only for their stunning handmade ceramics, but also their friendly, fun-loving family atmosphere. Tune to Channel 196, the Alewife Pottery Channel, and enjoy these great stories.
Blake's in.
All right, we're back. First and 10 for Seymour. Kai Thompson with a nice hard run picks up about 3 really tough yards.
Blake is back in, Ralph.
Blake is back in the game. You know, we were talking a little bit during the break about an old coach I had one time who said, you know, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you really have none. And, you know, I understand why they have it in this game. It's the first game. You got a freshman. You want to see what he can do. But eventually you got to settle on one guy, you know, and it's tough. It really is hard to do, especially when you got a junior and a freshman. Nice little throw. Oh, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Josh Nevins.
And that's where your receivers got to help you out there. I mean, that was a well-thrown ball.
Anthony Garcia and Ben Reese break it up. It'll be.
You know, Ralph, you've got the speedster in Zion Rocket. I'm almost looking for something to come his way.
Yeah, I would agree. 3rd and 6. Let's see if they can do that. Zion Rocket, number 5. We're gonna look at no blocking on that one. Nice completion. Let's see if they give him the first down.
11, Connor Hilton.
I believe they're a little short, Ralph.
Yeah.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1.
I think you go for it.
Oh, you have to go for it here.
All right, so we got a 4th and 1. This is going to be a big play for Seymour. They're in a trips formation. Let's see if they run it. They're not. The quarterback's going to keep it, and he is going to get the first down.
Johnson on the carry. First down.
Now, Ralph, that's one thing you have in Blake that you may not have in Madden, and that is the running ability.
Right. Yeah, we saw that on his first or second play, when he kind of crumbled up before he got hit. But you expect that from a freshman. I mean, he's 15 years old. All right, so we got a Clabough's Campground 1st and 10. They're going to run it this time. Nice run. Nice run.
Thompson on the carry. Ben Reese on the tackle, but not before. Another Seymour Eagle. First down.
So that's going to give a first down. They're going to pick up the tempo here, which I like. And that's what you need, quick hitting running plays.
Yep.
Traps, you can trap them.
Don't let your defense get set.
No.
Kai Thompson on the carry.
You know what you don't see anymore? Traps. Running trap plays. Everything is zone blocking now.
Getting to the 36.
Yeah, you could counterplay with a trap. You'll pick up some good yardage.
37.
DP almost moved on it.
Yeah.
Play on the little shuffle.
Yeah.
Safety.
All right, so 2nd down and 7. Picked up about 3 on that last play. And we got a whistle, a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Highlanders.
All right, let's stay here through the timeout. Let's analyze what we got going on here, Ron. We got 6:57 left in the first half. Seymour down 17-0. They've got a little momentum here. I think Coach Wagner sensed that by calling the timeout.
Your GP right now, you've got to look at your ends and your edges over here and your flats. You're getting burned over there. You've got to make your adjustments right here.
Right.
You do not want, Ralph, as you've already alluded to, this game could easily be 24 to nothing. But you don't want Seymour to come down here and score if you're Gatlinburg-Pittman. Don't give them any momentum. So you've got to make this adjustment.
And their defensive ends are the strength of their defense. Yeah. So, you know, and that's why that little quick hitting run was so good, because they ran it right up the middle. You can't really run off tackle because their ends are going to be good enough to keep contained and close it down. So we still got number 8 at quarterback, Blake Johnson. He's got Kai Thompson in the backfield with him on a 2nd and 7.
Like that?
Oh, there you go. Nice catch.
Complete to number 4, Carson Vine.
Not called that name tonight.
Yeah, Carson Vine.
The tackle,
And that's
before another Seymour Eagle. First down.
So that's going to be another 1st and 10. Clabough's Campground 1st and 10. Seymour going with up tempo again. Good call. Nice play.
Good tackle right there.
Nice play. Excellent play by number 41.
Enzo Guillon.
Enzo Guillon on the tackle. He made a tremendous play, shedding the blocker and stopping the run. And that's going to be second down and about 9. A long 9. No.
Pass intended for Connor Hilton.
You see what that run stop does right there. It
Yeah.
puts them in a clear passing position, and you can adjust.
But again, that's the second time we've seen a pass from Blake Johnson that's gone way over.
Yep.
Now, it'd be interesting to know, is the receiver giving up on the route, or what is exactly, or is the quarterback overthrowing? I mean, I don't know, but that's 2 times we've seen that on those corner type routes. But you're right. Now you're in a situation where it's 3rd and 9, and you almost can't run the football. But with the field position, you might be able to. Let's see. They're going to throw it. Screen, yeah, and he throws it into the ground.
Pass intended for Josh Nevins, incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
I think they were trying to set up a screen there.
Yeah, I believe that screen was the number 2, and he never turned around. He got engaged in the block and didn't break off.
But they're going to go for it. That's a good call. Ball is on the 27-yard line. No reason to punt from here, and it would be about a 44-yard field goal. So we're going to go for it. 4th and 9. And that's a bad interception.
That's a bad interception.
That's better than a punt.
That is better than a punt, Ralph.
Jackson Desir.
Now, for those of you at home,
The 7-yard line, which 1st down Highlander.
when that young man walks to the sideline after that interception, the coach is going to say, that's a situation where you don't intercept that pass, you let it fall. Because if you let that fall, Gatlinburg-Pittman has a 1st and 10 from the 29, and now they've got a 1st and 10 from the 7. So as you said, that's like a punt. Better than a punt.
Ralph, like before, I would expect them to keep this on the ground, particularly backed up.
Even if you have to eat up the last 5:39 and don't score.
There on the carry.
Nice little run.
Josh Nevins on the tackle.
Pagan Avera.
Big gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Pagan Avera, 18, number 18, a sophomore. It's going to bring up a 2nd and about 5, so he picked up 5 yards. Clock is going to run.
2nd and 6, though, right? He said 4. I know, well, I just, the board, that's what I was watching. That's what that's a big false start.
And there are flags on the field. Illegal procedure, the call against the Highlanders. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
You know, if you coach Wagner, I can just imagine the first thing out of his mouth as he goes into lock. And it's a very simple message. Clean it up.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I know it's the first game of the season, but you can't afford those kind of mistakes against a better team. 2nd down and 10 now with the penalty. Going to try to throw the football. No, he's going to run it. He's going to pick up a few yards, get back to 5.
Oh, Ralph, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a questionable call. I think they're going to call a late hit, personal foul maybe. Let's see.
22 for Seymour. Connor Thompson takes him out of bounds.
He had to be a lot more out of bounds than what I thought he was.
Oh, man.
Personal foul call against the Eagles. 15-yard penalty. Moves it out to the 25-yard line and gives the Highlanders a new set of downs.
That's a killer, Ralph.
Yeah, it is. But it didn't look like a very egregious penalty to me. And what I've noticed, Ron, is Seymour now starting to rotate to a cover 3 and bring that safety down. Let's see if they do it again on this play.
Where's the ball going?
There on the carry.
Ralph, I don't know how many times I can say it, but you're Seymour. You're just being beat at the point of attack.
They are.
Over and over again.
They are.
It'll be a first down.
And now on top of everything else, you've got your linemen going downfield 5 or 10 yards and just throwing blocks.
And you know, Coach Branton mentioned this to me before the game. He mentioned tackling, and right now they're just not tackling very well either. But again, you know, when you've got a young football team that hasn't played a lot, he's going to go deep. He got it. He's wide open. Yep. If he wouldn't have lost this.
It's complete to number 7, Whit Whaley.
Ralph, it has been the Whit Whaley show tonight.
By Zion Rocket.
No question.
And I think that's what happens when you've got a Carlos Orr.
5-yard line.
And you put your free safety on him. You know you're going to have your Z receiver in single coverage.
Yeah. Well, and he pump faked it, and that got the corner up.
Very smart.
And had it been thrown a little bit more to the inside, and it would have been a touchdown. I'd say they go back to the run here. 1st and 10, Clabough Campground. 1st and 10 from the 35 of Seymour. To bring Whitley in motion, they'll go the other way this time. One lead blocker. And again, tackling becomes an issue.
Number 18 on the carry, taking the bear.
And we got Kai Thompson down again. Looks like cramps this time.
I made mention tonight of Vera and what would he look like with contact?
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
That looks like a cramp, Ralph.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a cramp. He'll be all right. All right, 4 minutes left. Let's see if Gatlinburg-Pittman can punch it in. There's Whaley again.
That's complete to number 7, Whit Whaley.
Ralph, you're a little surprised with 3:55. They're throwing the ball as much as they are.
You set it down.
I'm not tremendously surprised. I think what they're trying to do, Ron, maybe get it a little bit closer like they did now. So now you got 3 minutes or 4 minutes where you can just run the football.
Yeah.
I think you'll see runs from here on out. I may be wrong, because what you'd like to do, best case scenario, is score with about 20 seconds left.
Absolutely. I think you tell your running backs right now to probably stay in bounds.
Yeah, stay in bounds. There's no question about that.
You know, surprisingly, Ralph, Carlos Orr has been quiet tonight.
Yeah, you know, he has. He's on single coverage right now, though. That's where they're going to go.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's a hole right to throw the ball. Get that.
Yeah, that's it. There's a guy right there.
Pass is complete. Touchdown for
You could about see that coming, couldn't you?
You could see it coming. He was on single coverage. But you know something? Your point again was what? Had he thrown it the first time, it would have been a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. But yeah, there it is. Another touchdown. Carlos Orr, the speedy wide receiver, finally getting involved. They had single coverage on him. I think they wanted to see if that was the case, and when they got it, they went right to him, and it's 23-0. 3 minutes, 17 seconds left, first half. Gatlinburg-Pittman will attempt the extra point. There's the snap. The kick is good. So, with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left, it's 24-0 Gatlinburg-Pittman. Let's take a break on the High School Sports Game of the Week.
Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
We had a fumble on the kickoff, and the Highlanders now have the ball on the Seymour 32.
Clint Stanley right there came up, and the ball just rolled into his leg. I don't understand that, Ralph. Your kicker from GP has been kicking it out bounds all night long. Let it go.
Not a good situation there. Highlanders now a chance to add to their lead. Nice fake. They're going to go deep down the sideline, and it's going to be caught. No, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be second down.
I was thinking that might be some pass interference there,
Could
Ralph.
have been, but they had him double covered that time.
Your corner there, I'm not sure if that's Zion Rocket or
it was Rocket, number 5.
Good coverage right there. I thought I might have seen maybe a tug on the jersey, but
and he had
regardless.
Safety. Well, he had safety help, which that's what you need against a guy like Orr. You can't leave him single coverage. We're going to run it again, right up the middle. There he goes again. Nice little run.
Rivera on the carry.
It's Rivera again.
Coach Wagner talked about you've got an experienced quarterback in Brady Hammonds, letting him turning him loose, and I think we're starting to see that, Ralph.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if you're Coach Wagner right now, though, with the ball, you got a third down from the 31. You got about 2:38 left. You want to get some points on this drive. Right now, you want to get the first down. Whatever you got to do, get the first down. And they're just going to run it.
Yep.
And he's going to get the first down. So that's going to stop the clock.
Skylar Dykes on the carry.
Well, I think the questions, as you said, about Rivera have been answered. I mean, he's got some good moves in the hole. Maybe a little too many moves, maybe.
Very shifty.
Yeah, but he's a hard runner.
I'm starting to see some frustration set in on Seymour over here. They got away with a bit of a push right there well after the whistle was called. They've got to be careful right here, Ralph.
Right.
Ralph, I did get an updated score just a minute ago.
Okay.
Greenville's beating Knox Central 49-7.
Wow, that's a big win for Greenville. There's Rivera again. Nice little run. Brought down from behind. It's going to be second down.
On the carry. On the tackle for Seymour. Number 10, Tyler Bushell. Number 22, Kyle Thompson. Correction, 23, Sergio Sanchez. It'll be second and 7.
Ralph, they're still treating Kyle Thompson down here for cramps. So what looks to be cramps, it may be more than just cramps at this point.
Could be.
Minute
Second down,
22.
6. Yeah, clock is running. And
good play.
Nice play. Now,
on the carry, Braylon Oliver on the tackle.
The Seymour defense that time
It's 3rd and 9.
sold out on that run because they've been running it all night. Now, what you need to do here, if it was me, same formation, same play, fake the handoff, come around, throw a pass in the flat right here, and you'll have a touchdown.
Yeah. Great play right there by Braylon Oliver, and
no question.
He's one of their better players.
Yes,
and he's got some D1 schools looking at him, Ralph, and A little bit surprised we've not called his name some more tonight. You called it, Ralph.
Oh!
Pass is incomplete.
All right, so now what do you do?
Number 2, or
your field goal now is going to be about
defense. It'll be 4th and
36 yards. You got 29 seconds left.
I think you go for it right here, Ralph.
Yep, you still got one timeout, so even if you get the first down but don't score, you can stop the clock.
No, they're going to kick it. Are they going to kick it?
They're going to call their timeout.
Timeout taken by the Highlanders.
You know, the only thing that concerns me here a little bit, Ralph, is from this distance, high school kickers got to kick it more of a line drive than up in the air.
Yeah.
If they indeed go for the kick.
Possession stands will be open. Eager to serve you. Both bands will be performing. So stay with us for some exciting high school halftime.
Well, I'll tell you what I would do. Judging from the way this game is going, I put 4 wide receivers. I put double receivers to each side. Spread Seymour out and run it right up the middle.
You talking about a draw, Ralph?
Yeah, draw. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, delay draw. Because you know if you put Orr to one side and Whitley to the other, you're going to have the corners on them and your safeties are going to be cheating over that way. So let's see.
Well, they're going for it, Ralph.
Yeah, they are.
It'll be 4th and 9. Highlanders are going for it.
Yep.
Oh, no. Wow.
Touchdown, Highlanders.
What a catch.
The ref was standing in the white.
What a catch.
There's conversation taking place.
Is that number 1?
Number 1, is that who it was?
I believe so.
Ben Reese. Sophomore.
The call was touchdown.
Nice catch. So that's a Sevier County Electric touchdown. That's going to make the score 30-0 pending the extra point.
Well, Ralph, wouldn't you like to see that in slow-mo?
Yeah, we got an offsides penalty on somebody.
Offsides against the Eagles.
I'd decline it. Yeah, that's all you got to do, decline it.
Penalties decline. The try was good.
So we got 22 seconds left in the first half.
It's Harry Carey on the line.
Called the dead ball.
All right, dead ball.
They declined the penalty.
And it's still good.
Yep.
So, 22 seconds left. Let's keep it here since we only got 22 seconds left.
Ralph, I'd like to go back and see that pass play because you know they had 3 defenders on him. How tight did that window have to be?
Yeah, no,
that comes back once again to just letting Brady take the reins.
Yeah, just throw it, yeah. He threw it up. He trusted his receiver.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some instant replay, though, to see if he was really – of course, you only have to have 1 foot in bounds in high school, so it's very possible that he was able to drag that foot while he made, or when he made the catch.
And kudos there to Coach Wagner. You know, you got 22 seconds left.
Yeah.
The worst thing's going to happen is probably a touchback.
Exactly. No, I mean, let's face it. Whether you score or not there, you're coming out of this thing at halftime either 24-0 or 31-0. So he's in good shape.
I'd assume at this point, Ralph, we'll take a look at stats in a minute, but I would assume Brady Hammonds has at least 100 yards passing, you think?
Oh, easily. Easily. Because remember that first touchdown they scored? Yeah. That's passing yardage. Even though the pass was only thrown 5 yards, that's 50-yard passing yardage. Yep. So, yeah. And then he got that long touchdown pass to Orr. I would say he's got 150 yards.
Now, Ralph, I'm sure if you're Seymour,
Blake Johnson catching the ball,
probably take a knee here and go to the locker room and talk about it.
No question. No question at all.
4-yard line with first down to the Go Eagles.
So we got 21 seconds left. I think Ron's right. We want to take a knee here, go in the locker room. You're going to get the second half kickoff if you're Seymour. So you don't want to do anything crazy here, risk a fumble, risk an interception. but it looks like they're going
to have Matt and Guffey in.
There it is, there it is, there it is, right there. It's
Oh.
That's intended.
It was there, Ralph.
Yeah, it was.
Number 6, J.D.
He had two guys open.
Yep.
Just down the reach. It'll be second down.
You know, Ralph, he's a freshman, and I think right there at that point, you wait. He may have waited just a little bit too long right there.
Yeah, he might have. I'm just going to run it now.
Yep.
On the carry for Seymour, number 25, Dylan King. Short gain on the
6 seconds left, Ralph.
And that's going to be the end of the half right there.
He went out of bounds.
All right, so that's going to end the first half. At the end of one half, Gatlinburg-Pittman 31, Seymour nothing. We'll be right back with our halftime stats in a minute.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Batchert. Tonight the band will be performing their show entitled Everlasting Elvis. Selections for tonight are I Can't Help, Elvis Intro, A Little Less Conversation, Jailhouse Rock, Love Me Tender, and Hound Dog. The trumpet soloist is Paul Dadico. The mellophone soloist is Noah Chica.
Oh, there we got stats.
That's all, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Drum major Juliet Dadico, is your band ready?
That I came from.
Gatlinburg-Pittman marching Highlanders, you may take the field for your performance. the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School Marching Band. And now for a very short performance, the Seymour High School Marching Band. The Seymour High School Marching Band is under the direction of Joseph Cole and Zachary Allegria, assisted by Jason Franklin, Jacob Stanberry, Kerry Criswell, and Kerrigan Peck. Your drum majors are Courtney McCann, Ellie Bloss, and Tyler Sintel. Tonight's show is entitled Blossom.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge. The Seymour High School Marching Band has been named Grand Champions in over 100 competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, the sound of Seymour.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Welcome back to Seymour High School. It's halftime. The Gatlinburg-Pittman Highlanders 31, the Seymour Eagles nothing. And Ron, a little bit surprising. We've seen a lot of good from Gatlinburg-Pittman, a little bit of bad. Let's go over the stats real quick.
Yeah, Ralph, total offense, Gatlinburg-Pittman, 321 yards to Seymour's 42. You know, we talked about balance. Coach Wagner talked about it.
Yeah.
169 yards passing,
right.
152 yards rushing.
That's pretty balanced.
That's the balance that you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, for Seymour, and I showed their stat to you just a moment ago, 1.6 yards per play.
Yeah, and I think Gatlinburg-Pittman was at like 8.4 yards per play, which is almost a first down every time you touch the football. All right, so we'll see what happens here. Adjustments, we'll see what kind of adjustments they're going to make. We'll see if they go to the freshman quarterback in the second half. Gatlinburg-Pittman, I think your adjustments are just don't shoot yourselves in the foot.
Yep.
All right, we're ready to go here. Gatlinburg-Pittman is going to kick off a little bit of a pooch kick like they've been doing all night. It's going to be fair caught at about the 28-yard line, and that's where Seymour will start with a Clabough's Campground 1st and 10.
First down, Indigo Seymour.
A couple scores, Ralph.
Yeah.
Hampton 20, Pigeon Forge 16. Elizabethton is still trailing Science Hill 17-7.
Okay.
Cocke County is up on Cherokee 33-9. Knox Gibbs is beating Knoxville Halls this evening 31-16. And we already talked about the big win by Greenville, big win by Dobbins-Bennett 31 to nothing. David Crockett came back on Sullivan East, won 49-38. Unicoi County beat Northview Academy tonight, 42-20. West Green up on Union County. We're going to see West Green later this year, 27-6. And finally, West Ridge going to make some noise this year.
Yeah.
Beating Volunteer 41-6.
Yeah, definitely. Good scores. Thank you, Ron. Seymour loses about 5 yards on their first play of the second half. It's 2nd and 10. They're at their own 26 now. Freshman quarterback is in. Going to throw it over the middle. Nice pass.
There it is.
Yeah.
Pass complete to number 4, Carson Vine.
That's what we talked about, right?
Carson Vines on the big gain right there, number 4.
Nice play there. Nice play action. Little dump off over the middle. Nice throw. And Seymour with a big play to pick up a nice first down, put the ball at midfield.
We have a Gatlinburg-Pittman player down. I'm waiting to see a number here, Roddy.
Hopefully it's just cramps. And it looks like it is just cramps. That's a good sign.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Ty Thompson, who's been in and out of the tent tonight, is back in the backfield again.
That should give the freshman quarterback a little confidence, too. And hand it off again.
Get it.
Nice play. Nice play.
Ty Thompson on the carry.
Great play there by number 1, Ben Reese, fighting off his blocker and making the tackle. Excellent play.
It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ben Reese, the sophomore linebacker, making a very nice play. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for Seymour. They're inside Gatlinburg-Pittman territory now.
The other thing, if you're Seymour right here, you say to your players, hey, we may go, but we ain't going quietly.
Right.
Madden Guthrie to Carson Vine.
37.
Anthony Garcia on the tackle, but not before another Seymour Eagle. First down.
Carson Vines, I believe he's a junior.
So another Clabough's Campground 1st and 10 at the Gatlinburg-Pittman 38. Duffy's starting to feel it a little bit now.
Oh.
Pass intended for number 21, Bryson Quick.
Ralph, you got to take an extra second there if you're the freshman quarterback. You got to step into that pass.
Yeah, you got to step into it, yeah. No question. And the corner kind of dropped off on that one as well,
yes,
which is hard to see if you're a freshman, but you kind of have to read a little bit where that's happening. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. See if they go back to the run. They got Thompson in the backfield. They're going to go back to the run, give it to him off tackle. He's going to pick up some nice yardage. Yeah.
Sergio Sanchez.
Excuse me, that's Sergio Sanchez, not Kai Thompson. Sanchez.
Ben Reese.
Whatever Coach Branton said at the halftime, you know, they look fired up.
They do.
They're taking it to Gatlinburg-Pittman right now. They look very physical, particularly your tailbacks right now are lowering the shoulder and fighting for every yard.
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, they are. They're playing hard now. They got a good pass-run combination going. I'm going to go back to Thompson. He's going to pick up
Thompson on the kick.
Pickup of about, let's say, 5. Go a little up tempo.
52 is Luke Burkett. Gain of 5, 2nd 5.
And when you can pick up 5 and 6 yards, it opens up the play action.
Pass intended for Josh Nettles, just short. It'll be 3rd down.
Pressure there provided by Cuba Pack.
Yeah. And again, you know, you talked a little bit about the ability of the freshman quarterback to take a hit.
Yeah.
That's a situation where like you said, you got to step into it. If you get hit, you get hit.
Well, you know the old expression, you climb the ladder,
Yeah,
and that's what he's
agree.
got to do.
That's what he's got to do, exactly. So we got a whistle.
There is
nice throw.
Flag on the field. Illegal procedure to call against the Eagles will be a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
That's a tough penalty. Brings you back to the original line of scrimmage where the drive started. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the Gatlinburg-Pittman 32.5.
You know, Ralph, I'm seeing a little single coverage right here by Gatlinburg-Pittman. I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they're in a cover 2. With the corners up pressing, and that's probably what they're in. So the middle's going to be open, but is he going to run? No, the middle was where he needed to go. Yeah. Yeah. See, and as I was calling that, when you got a cover 2 and you got those 2 safeties back there, your play is in the middle of the field.
Yep.
That's where the opening's going to be. So you either got to run a tight end down there, or like we heard, you had a guy running across. That's where your freshman quarterback, any quarterback, has to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you have that zone, there's soft spots in it. There always are. Tight end drag right there would be a great call.
And if you're going to throw to the corner in a cover 2, you're going to have the safety coming over the top. So they're going to go for it, which I think is a good move. Still got a cover 2 look. Middle, there it is, right there. Oh!
Got a flag down.
There's a flag on the field. Holding on the Eagles.
That's decline.
Now, we talked about it before, Ralph, and that's a young quarterback climbing the ladder. And he did that time. He just overthrew his wide-open receiver.
Yeah, he did.
County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
All right, we're back. Gatlinburg-Pittman taking over after the 4th down attempt.
Number 52.
They picked up about 8 yards on that first run.
That was your sophomore, Ben Reese.
Ben Reese,
Good little
yeah.
run to start this drive off.
And not only that, he made a nice little play on defense as well. So
Yes.
Ben Reese, a good young player for Gatlinburg-Pittman.
Gatlinburg-Pittman right here, you run the clock. Tick,
Oh,
tick,
yeah,
tick,
yeah. You run
and
the
you go
football.
home and you get ready for Alcoa.
Exactly. You got to run the football here. Give some of your younger kids a chance to play.
Yep.
I think we got a different quarterback, don't we?
Come on.
No, Ralph, I think that's still Brady Hammond.
Is it? Okay. Maybe he looked a little different to me from that angle.
Maybe. Like you said, these yellow numbers are
Yeah.
difficult to pick up.
I think he's putting some new guys in, though. He's starting to put some different guys in.
I believe that's Ben Reese down again.
Josh Davids on the stop.
Another one. That may not be cramps, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gain to the 41-yard line, where it's going to be.
You know, Ralph, don't you remember that being preached to you over and over again? Drink, drink, drink.
First down, 10 to go, Highlanders.
And you can't drink during the game.
Nope.
It's got to be before the game. All right, so another Clabough's Campground 1st and 10, as Gatlinburg-Pittman now has a first down at the 42-yard line of Seymour. They're starting to substitute on the line a little bit. We got some new guys in there. Still got our quarterback in there, though.
It'd be interesting to see, Ralph, how much longer they stay with him.
Yeah.
That's a Vera, I believe.
Yeah. Another cramp.
I'm just saying, you couldn't tackle last year, couldn't tackle this year. We got 3 down the street right now.
We have an official timeout.
The Highlanders, they had 8. They were starting this game at 26.
Ralph, it feels like we've been back. Oh, it feels like we just got back. There's only 2:55 left in the quarter.
I know, it's amazing. Well, that's because we've had some completed passes and some running plays. So we got 2 guys down here. We got one for Seymour and we got one for Gatlinburg-Pittman. It looks like cramps in both situations. The Gatlinburg-Pittman player looks like he has a calf cramp. The Seymour player looks like he's got your usual cramp where they're trying to stretch out the leg. And once you get a cramp in a game, it's going to come back.
Yep.
You know, it's not going to be well until you get home and you get some fluids in and you start up again next week.
For Gatlinburg-Pittman, that was Luciano Lopez, and Ralph, he ran won the fastest offensive lineman at that. Gosh, great time. I was trying to remember what it was, but I remember it was just caught my eye. Real good time. Great athlete on the offensive line right there.
Well, look at him. He just looks like an athlete.
Yep.
It's going to run it again.
At the half, Ralph, it was 17-6 time of possession, and didn't it feel a lot more than that?
It did. It really did. I mean, it felt like it was almost like 22-2. But we got another cramp on the field. So we got a timeout. It just really amazes me how we've had so many cramps. I don't know if it's a function of, it's not that hot. If it's a function of the time they spent sitting in a hot, steamy locker room, which very well could have had an effect on this.
Did you drink pickle juice when you were playing?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
Did
that
you?
was big. Oh, pickle juice was big.
Is it supposed to what? Help cramps?
Oh, there's electrolytes in the pickle juice, I guess.
Oh, okay. But that was before the days of Gatorade.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that pickle juice. I still can't do Chick-fil-A because they cook their. I better stop, Ralph.
You better stop. Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want to upset anybody. All right, so Gatlinburg-Pittman with another first down. We got 2:23 left in the third quarter. I would imagine they're going to stay on the ground here. And they are. They're just picking their holes is all they're doing. That's going to be a touchdown.
I believe that's Whaley right there, Ralph.
On the carry, Ben Reese for the Gatlinburg-Pittman touchdown.
Good for the sophomore.
Yeah, good for him. He's had a good night. Good defensive plays, couple really nice runs. And that's going to make the score 37-0 pending the extra point, which means from here on out, unless Seymour can put some points on the board, we have a running clock.
You know, Ralph, if you see more, how much do you stress tackling next week?
Oh, gosh. I mean, you know, it's got to be #1 on your list. I mean, a lot of these runs, Ron, are 2- and 3-yard runs that end up. And the kick is up. The kick is good. That makes it 38-0 Gatlinburg-Pittman. They have to call a timeout for yeah. All right, so return to kick, get to the 25-yard line. The clock is running, and the clock will continue to run unless Seymour can get a touchdown.
Zion Rocket right there on the return.
Out to the 25-yard line. There's an official timeout.
That's amazing. I just don't understand it. I've never seen so many cramps in one football game in my life.
And it's not really hot out here tonight
either.
It's
not hot.
First down for the Eagles, 25-yard line.
Freshman quarterback still in there.
I believe that's Dylan King in the backfield with him.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
Dylan King on the field.
Nice fill by the linebacker on that play.
Cooper on the tackle.
Loss of 2. It's going to be 2nd down and 12.
Loss of 1. Will be 2nd and 11.
I believe that may have been Ronnie Rash on the tackle. Or Roman Rabbi.
Roman Rabbi. Got to catch that.
That's a good pass right there, Ralph.
It was a nice pass. And we got another guy down. Doesn't look like cramps, though.
No.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Pass complete to number 21. That's Bryson Quick.
That's the first down. Seymour moves the ball inside of Gatlinburg-Pittman territory to the 45.
Elijah Brimmer on the tackle. It'll be first down, Seymour. On the carry. Number 14, Caden Freilich on the tackle.
So Seymour with another Campground first down. This time they get it down to about the 32-yard line. And again, like you said, Ron, lots of young guys in for Gatlinburg-Pittman. The tackling has not been as good for them as it was early in the game, which you'd expect.
But they're getting the reps right here.
They're getting the reps, and you got to have that. You got to have your young guys getting some live reps on a Friday night. Nice throw. Nice throw. Yeah.
Pass from Madden Guffey to number 21, Weston Pitt. Is good for the Seymour Eagle touchdown.
Quick on the touchdown.
Yeah, so that's a Sevier County Electric touchdown. And that gives Seymour their first score of the game. It makes it 38-6, pending the extra point. Nice throw by Guffey. Beautiful.
You can see why so many people are high on him.
Yeah. No, that was a great throw. I'll tell you, Ron, you know, you could see his confidence grow.
Yep.
Remember the first drive when he threw that pass over the middle? That's when his and now he's got some confidence. A little time in the weight room in the offseason, get him a little bit bigger, get that arm a little bit stronger. He's going to be a good one.
Well, Ralph, we talk about the game slowing down.
Yes.
When he first came in, I'd be willing to say everything was a blur.
Sure.
The more reps he gets, the slower he's going to be, the more he's going to be able to read his tree.
And the kick is good. So with 9:22 left, Gatlinburg-Pittman 38, Seymour 7.
Clayough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Number 14, Benny Kane, kickoff.
Well, he's going to just kick a little poocher. And he's going to run it. All right. So he's going to get it out to about the 35-yard line.
14 on the return by Caden Freilich.
Caden Freilich. He's getting his reps in tonight. We're calling his name quite a bit.
Yep.
Oh, he caught it. He caught it.
So let's see who our quarterback's going to be here for Gatlinburg-Pittman. Number 3, is that number 3? No, he looks like he's still talking to the starter. Still got Hammonds.
They still have Hammonds. I'm surprised.
Well, maybe he's just going to hand it off, I would imagine.
Good gain there on first down.
Nice. Rodriguez up the middle for 5. Nice little run. Actually, let's call it 6. That's going to bring up second down and 4. In case you joined us late, this game started 2 hours late. We had quite a long lightning delay. We'll run it again. Nice little gain. Big gain. Let's see how much speed we got here. Can we outrun the defense? And we can, it looks like, for a touchdown. So, a nice run. A 60-yard run. Cecilio Rodriguez, 60 yards down the sideline, outrunning the Seymour defense. And that's going to make the score 44-7, pending the extra point.
Rodriguez is just a freshman. Good speed there.
I'll tell you, that was what I was looking at. Did he have the speed to outrun the defenders? And he did. And the clock now is back to running as we're back over 35-point lead.
Oh my gosh. There's a little pocket inside the big pocket.
Number 9, kicking.
And the kick is good. So, with 6:42 left in the game and the clock running, it is 45-7. Keep it right here since the clock is running.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
So Seymour will take over with a Clabough Campground 1st and 10. They'll be at their own 29-yard line.
Nice and quick on the fair catch.
As I mentioned, the clock is running. 5:08 remaining.
Dylan King runs out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Great run there by Dylan King. I don't know how he stepped out of bounds right there.
I don't
Plenty
either.
of room.
Maybe he just ran out of gas.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a huge first down for Seymour. It brings them all the way down to the Gatlinburg-Pittman 26. And they'll have a Clabough's Campground 1st and 10 with 4 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Third year. Wow. I just told the tailback there, Ralph, this is only his 3rd year of playing football.
Really? So that's a quick stop for no gain, maybe a yard to be generous. It's going to bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 10.
I believe that's Jackson Case, the sophomore there on the tackle. I'm trying to go through and name a few kids, Ralph.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. You're doing a good job of that. That's the advantages of having your iPad there with the roster on it, because you're right. These kids deserve to have their names mentioned on a Friday night. 2nd down. 3 minutes remaining. Wide open. Oh.
Man, got these passes hit. The nice and quick.
And you know, you saw right there a young guy that was a lot more patient than he was the first time he got out here, right? He waited for the receiver to clear and then threw it.
That's one of the things when you look at film on him last year, and I talked about this earlier, he's got the ability to throw a receiver open.
Oh, yeah.
That kid's going to have a bright future.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, like I said, put a little weight on him, put a little muscle on him, he's going to be just fine. I mean, heck, he's 15 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, nice play. Nice screen.
Dylan King on the receiving end of the McGethy toss.
You know, Ralph, the interesting thing will be moving forward.
Looks like.
Do they stay with Matt and Guffey, or do they go back to Blake Johnson next week?
I think you got to stay with Matt and Guffey. I mean, that's my gut feeling. But I think you got to sit down with Blake and you got to say, look, you know, you're still going to be very much needed on this football team, okay? Because he's a freshman.
Offsides against Gatlinburg.
We're approaching a minute and a half here, Ralph.
Yeah. The only question now is whether we're going to have to wait for the game to be over or not. If Seymour can score again. Oh.
Dylan King on the carry. Slip down to the 10. It'll still be second down and 5.
Clock under 1 minute now.
Pass is complete to Carson Vines for the touchdown.
Carson Vines on the touchdown. And as you talked about, Ralph, this kid doesn't lack for confidence.
No, you can tell he's picked up quite a bit of confidence just in this game.
Yeah.
Now, you brought up a good point about next week. The question's going to be, I don't have their schedule in front of me, but when do they play? When do they play Greenville and when do they play Elizabethton? That's going to be the key, because do you want to put him in to start the game against those teams? That's where you have to have that discussion with your older quarterback to say, look, you're still needed in this team.
Yeah.
We need you to start this game, okay? We may stay with you the whole time or we may not.
33 seconds left, Ralph.
I would say kickoff. So we're going to have it's a 45-14 game right now. We've got 33 seconds left.
Our guys just went to the wrong side.
If you're Seymour, do you try the onside again?
No, I don't think you do that here. You've already got 25 cramps. You don't want to take a chance on onside kick. Really doesn't do you any good here.
Yeah.
Maybe they are going to try it. Let's see.
Your little pooch kick again,
right?
Ralph.
There it is. There you go. Smart move.
Number 14 receiving has Caden Freilich.
In fact, if I was Gatlinburg-Pittman, I'd take a knee.
Yes. Going to be first and 10 to go.
Yeah, we call this the sweetest play in the playbook, the V formation.
That's right.
16 seconds to go. I think that'll be the final play of the game.
Oh, they're running the clock, too. Why is that? Doesn't matter. All right, so that's going to do it.
We're on the road next week. We're going to Rogersville to take on the Cherokee Chiefs. Let's get these traveling shoes on. Go support these Eagles.
So that's your final score. Gatlinburg-Pittman 45, Seymour 14. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to wrap it up on your high school sports game of the week.
Clabough's Campground and Cabins and Clabough's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Clabough's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Clabough's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
All All right, we're back at Seymour High School where the first game of the season finally has ended after a 2-hour lightning delay, with the final score being Gatlinburg-Pittman 45 and Seymour 14. And Ron, an interesting football game with the delay and with Seymour coming back and finding a quarterback, and I think they did find a quarterback tonight.
Yeah, they've got some things they need to work on. But, we talked about this. They're very young, but they've got some very good players. It's just going to be a question of them for how quickly they can mature.
Right, no question. The Clabough's Campground player of the game, who would you say that would be tonight?
Whitman. Whitman for GP. He set the tone. He made some big plays defensively, and it was just all over the field in that first half. We called his name numerous times.
Yeah, not only did we call his name for handling the football, he was often the guy they put in motion from the wing to lead that running back and to be a lead blocker. So Whitley was definitely the player of the game. And then, of course, we have the Buddy's Barbecue play of the game, and I think you nailed that one. Which one is that, Ron?
Oh, there on that first touchdown scamper.
Yes. Yeah. And that was just a little short pass, a little out pattern that he made the difference, running the rest of the way with 3 significant moves to beat the Seymour defenders to the end zone. So that's a wrap for the night. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank Clabough's Campground. We want to thank Sevier County Electric. And, of course, we want to thank Buddy's Barbecue for providing us with dinner and also sponsoring our play of the game. So for Ron Marvel, I'm Ralph Miranda. That's our final tonight. Gatlinburg-Pittman 45, Seymour 14, and we'll see you next week.